The only time we get into trouble is when we have these back-to-back storms now, where we used to be able to refill our piles in a day or two. Now everything's going to take 4 or 5 days.
And with multiple storms hitting the state this week, contractors try to work ahead and get their salt supplies this weekend. But many are still looking for their salt, with the majority relying on the salt pile in New Haven. Channel 3 Waterbury Bureau Chief is live right now in New Haven. Dennis Valera, how is that supply down there in New Haven?
Well, according to a statement from Gateway Terminal, Kevin, they have adequate supply here, but so many contractors came here this weekend, waited for hours, and then were turned away because of the high demand. One contractor we spoke with tonight says that there is other consequences also happening.
For days, long lines have filled the Elm City streets around Gateway Terminal, hoping to get at least one load of salt. Even after waiting more than 5 hours, some got turned away with no salt. Well, that's a blow in itself.
It's costing us an extra $90 to get there and an extra $90 back.
Rick Whittle with Allied Snow Removal in Stonington says it adds up having to drive to New Haven, not to mention wait.
Then we wait in line for a minimum of 2 hours. There's another $180. So it's costing me an additional $360 per load.
He has 10 salt stockpiles to fill for his fleet.
After each event, each pile needs 2 loads. So that basically costs me an extra $720 per pile to refill, which is about $7,200 per snow event.
Given Allied is one of the biggest contractors for the state, Whittle says the added cost will end up on taxpayers. He, like many others, points to the closure of the New London Port salt storage operations as the root of the problem, now forcing 90% of contractors in the state to rely on the pile in New Haven. Whittle feels there should be room at the New London Port for salt, even with the new wind turbine development.
Nothing short of a complete disaster.
Gateway Terminal in a statement said despite the significant increase in demand, there's enough salt for the season. They're asking people to plan ahead to accommodate delays.
Now, while contractors have had issues, the State Department of Transportation says they have ample salt supply on hand and are prepared for this week's weather. Live here in New Haven, Dennis Valera, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.